Good evening, students. First of all, just as a democracy cannot exist without people, the main force of the democracy is people. Similarly, a teacher is simply invalid without a student. So, Teachers' Day, this very term and this very emotion is very much associated with the presence of students, because without the students, a teacher cannot be what he or she is. So, firstly, a warm welcome and thank you to all of you for your heartiest wishes and warm affection and love showered upon me on this day. Now, secondly, today I just wanted to share a few things with you, because since you have exhibited your love for me, I thought it is my duty to extend my warm hand of affection towards you and add some value to your life. I think that a teacher's duty is not only to stuff you with knowledge, question answers, facts, and all these things. It is beyond that. My duty is to craft out good human beings out of you, so that when you go out and step out into the territory of the wide life, then you can actually embrace life with your own guts and determination. Because today I can write one answer to one question, and you can mark that up and perform very well in your examination. But what about the great examination hall called life? You don't even know what questions are awaiting you. How will I give you the answers? So just as you have seen in the case of birds, how does the mother bird prepare the young bird for their flight? The mother bird just teaches the young bird how to fly, and then the young bird has to take up the flight on its own. That is the duty of a teacher. It is not to actually guide you in every step of life, but to show you what is the right and what is the wrong. As you know, in Mahabharata, Vidur did. He just said, this is the right and this is the wrong. Now it is up to you to choose. So I will be a successful teacher when you will be able to choose the right on your own accord. Because it is not always possible for a teacher to tell you what is the right in every step of your life. Because as I repeatedly tell my students, life does not consist of half-yearly exam, term 1 exam, annual exam, term 2 exam, Madhyamik, Uच्च Madhyamik, CBSE, ICSE. No, it is beyond that. There are many moral exams you have to survive and appear for in life. And if you pass that, I think holistically you evolve as a personality. Now, today I would first like to tell something for the teachers as a community. I think that even up till today, teaching is the most underpaid profession, because the effort that teachers pay, rather the teachers giving towards their students, that they do out of love, but it is the most underpaid job. But still, the payment in terms of respect, regards, is much more than many other professions, because as is very correctly said, without a teacher, no other profession can survive or exist. Actually, it cannot be even born. So if there are many flowers in a garden, then the soil is the teacher. The teacher is not any flower. The teacher is the soil upon which the variety of flowers bloom in abundance. So that is why it is called teaching is a noble profession. So first of all, my love in this part, my love to all my colleagues, all my peers who are in the same profession as I am. Now for my students, on this day I will like to share two incidents of my life with you, because I always do that. As you saw in New Year also, I shared with you. Today also I just want to share two incidents of my life that depict the dynamics of teacher-student relationship. When I was in graduation, I had a teacher. Okay, she was called Manjushree Dattagupta Madam, respected Manjushree Dattagupta Madam. She is no more, but she is always there in my heart. When I first went to her, I was not a very kind of good girl. I had many problems, okay. I had many problems in me, and she did not like me. To be very honest, she did not like me at all, okay. And she always used to scold me, and she also used to avoid me, because ultimately she understood that if I scold, even if I scold, this girl is not going to rectify, because of some things which I did, probably which hurt her as a teacher. She did not like me, or she did not actually consider me in the good book. With time, I could have done two things. Number one, I could have just moved away from her because she was avoiding me, scolding me. Number two, what I did, I tried to understand why she was doing this. Although I was not in the right track, I always had a zeal to be on the right track, very much. I always had this zeal. So I started questioning myself, why does she not like me? I have to earn her love and affection. And this motivation, this urge in me, actually prompted me to transform myself by rectifying my mistakes. And would you believe this teacher who told me in 2010 that if I had a daughter that should not be like you, she told me, she was so angry with me, she told me. This same teacher in 2015, when I completed my post-graduation, she told me how lucky I would have been if I would have a daughter like you. So this was the best gift I got from her in my 5 years. Another gift I got in 2017, the year she passed away. I went to visit her in the month of April. She passed away in the month of November on the day of Kali Puja. I went to her and she told me, I will show you something. You know what she showed me? From her almirah, she took out a file in which she has kept and preserved all the letters which I have given to her. In my graduation and post-graduation years, she was the only person to whom I have consistently written letters during my years of study. Yes, letters on pen and paper, with pen and paper. So I think this relationship can only take place between a teacher and a student, because a teacher has no vindictive nature towards you. A teacher has no hatred for any student. A teacher just wants to see a student grow, evolve and blossom at his or her best. So if we can understand this sentiment of a teacher when he or she scolds us, we will be able to accept that with our best capacity. So I also was not in her good book, but fortunately I tried to understand why she was angry with me, and in course of time I became one of the 5 students whom she used to love very much. So this is what I want to tell you. When teachers scold you, please don't feel that they are humiliating you or they are doing it intentionally because they have targeted you. No, not at all. They want the best of you. Maybe that is why, just as your mother can always not measure her words in cups and spoons before delivering them, similarly teachers are also like mothers. They also do not always know what will be the exact way or proper way of telling. Maybe they just tell it out of flow. Just try to understand them. Second incident that I would like to tell you is one from my class 6 experiences. I was an ardent fan of English right from my childhood, but in my childhood I had a huge stock of words, but my problem was I could not write, I could not construct sentences quite well. Whenever I started writing, although I had a huge stock of words, I did not know how to use them. So my writing used to be always at a very low standard. So I had this teacher called Anjuna Shen. She was my high school English teacher in South Point High School, class 6. So when I went to her, she started telling me that your writings are of very poor standard. And there was another girl, my friend, she's a doctor now. She used to write very well, Sritama Chaudhary. And I remember personally her writings, I used to listen with much attention that what she's writing, because I also wanted, aspired to write like her, to be like her in English, but I could not. And I used to receive these regular scoldings from my English teacher saying that they are not up to the mark. So one day she gave a writing, I still remember, Christmas, how did you spend your Christmas? Okay. So what I did, since I used to read voraciously, this thing I used to read voraciously without being discouraged. I took out all my Enid Blyton books. I had a library. I took out all my Enid Blyton books, which were second-hand books, because my father did not have the money to buy the original versions. So the second-hand books I took out and I laid them on the floor and I started jotting down paragraphs from those stories, words from those stories, phrases and sentences, and I wrote my paragraph. When I went to ma'am and showed her, she just asked me, have you written it on your own? The question really hurt me somewhere. But okay, I knew I am honest to myself. So I said, yes ma'am, it is completely a fruit of my own effort. She was so happy. And trust me, she did not scold me, she was very happy. From that very day, when I invested my own sweat and toil to produce my own writing, my writing skills started improving, and it always improved for the better since then. Because I had another teacher, Mirza Beg, a Muslim teacher from my father's school. He used to correct my copies since class 5. I was taking this writing skills of Madhyamik right from class 5 to improve my understanding of writing skill. So my father used to go to him and give him the copies, and he used to correct. When I went to class 10, he said that her writing has improved a lot over the last 5 years. But I was not this when I was in class 5. So this video that I am making is not for the successful students who actually earn success in the wink of an eye. There are some students who earn success very easily because they are very talented, they are very meritorious maybe. But there are some students who have to, like me, accept the obstacles in life. They have to face the obstacles, they have to stumble, they have to fall down, trip over the obstacles, and then they have to get up, they have to pull themselves up from the puddles, holding the hands of their teachers, but sometimes holding their own hands, and they have to make themselves believe that yes, we also can do if we want to do. So this thing I would like to tell you, that never lose hope and never lose faith. Always remember, if you are working hard, even if you are the underdog today, a day will come when you are going to prosper and shine. Just keep this faith in yourself that it is not success which defines you. It is the failure to success journey which defines you. Because it is very easy to be successful, but it is really very difficult to accept the failure, face the failure, and from there grow up and kiss success. If God is willing, maybe I will be able to avail some better opportunities in my career very soon, but I will always show my gratitude, pay my gratitude to God for this, because God actually helped me to survive many impediments, many thick and thin. I have survived much obstacles in my own career also. So for you, only one message. If you are thinking that today is very dark, how will I survive this night? It is so dark, I cannot understand physics, I cannot understand chemistry, I have not been able to do this, I have not been able to crack medical joint. Where will my future stand? Your career does not end if you do not become a doctor. Your career does not end if you cannot pursue science. Your career does not end if you cannot do that be all and end all defined by society. Your career will just gallop like a horse if you can keep your faith in your ability and your capacity, and you can trust that hard work is the only key. Be happy, always stay positive, and always remember, as I always tell you, it is not the success which defines you, it is the journey from failure to success that actually defines you. This being said, excuse me, I would just like to add extremely sorry for the break. Always be positive and always remember that your teachers are always by you. Maybe we always cannot choose our words properly because we also are humans. When we see a student is moving towards an abyss of darkness, maybe we also lose control on ourselves. But always remember, we want the best from you. Shine, smile, keep doing the things you enjoy with passion. It is the passion which will actually make you reach a height in life, which will help you elevate yourself. It is not the norms defined by society. Another thing I would like to address, many students often love subjects like history. One of my students, Annutama from South Point, she is a lover of history. There are many among you who have a different kind of love. For them, I will say, life has become very competitive. If you choose a subject of your choice, it is very important to judge if you are capable of earning your bread with the passion that you have for the subject. Yes, it is not wrong to pursue history or any subject, because if you can reach a level, it is always okay. But you have to ask yourself, am I capable of developing that expertise in history that will make me stand out in society? If not, then don't take a risk. Then you have to come down and negotiate with the norms of society. But if you like history and you are sure that yes, I will be capable of studying history with that passion that will probably make me prosper in life, I'll be able to do a PhD, I'll be able to teach in a very good school, college, university, then definitely why not? No subject, according to me, is underrated. All subjects have their own merits and you have the right to choose it. But firstly, you need to ask yourself, do I have the capacity to carry it out to that level? Because I love history, but I cannot do something with history. I have to sit back at home and be a housewife. That's not accepted. Because your parents are teaching you, are sending you to school, spending money behind you. They have a hope to see you shine in life. That you have to do. All of you, please keep in mind, career choice should be following your passion, but that passion should be professional. That passion should keep in mind, should consider this fact: if you are capable of taking that passion to a level of professional excellence, if the passion is only of a limited amount, then you should better not choose a career that is not actually capable of giving you much fruit, as you can understand. Because if you study engineering, even if you are not very good at it, you will get a job. You will get a 12k, 15k job, right? But if you study history and you are not good at it enough, you will not be able to prosper. So beside passion, also try to judge if you are capable of doing justice to your passion enough to take it to a professional excellence, a level of professional excellence. That's all I wanted to share with you today, with the incidents of my life. When I also took English, I faced a lot of offense from many squads. Why are you taking up English? Because I had good marks in my science in Madhyamik, but I could not convince anyone that Madhyamik marks does not define anything. Miles to go before you sleep. But today I am very happy with what I am doing, and I hope to do much better in days ahead if God is with me. So it is only your passion and your confidence that can take you to a level. Just enjoy your subject, enjoy studying, and trust that your teachers always want the best of you. That's all. Happy Teachers Day once again, and happy Students Day to all of you, because this is the day we remember our students also with as much sincerity as you remember us. Thank you. That's all. See you in the next video.